between these two teams. There's 8 teams involved in this event. I'm being, from my understanding, from what I was looking up here, it's kind of like a regular season of sorts that eventually leads into playoffs. So, again, looking forward to kind of seeing more progress here throughout this. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Breaky CPK, your host here. And Evil Corporation coming off a very, very strong game number 1 there, as far as that match against Camp Near Ancient. So, again, a lot of it I just feel like came down to the draft from Camp Near Ancient. It just fell off, really from the beginning after the draft what happened. And you kind of saw that throughout. The laning phase also just, again, it seemed a little out of place as well for them. So we'll see how they shape up this time around. Evil Corporation, though, they did execute very well. And they seem like, at least from game 1, that they could be the better team when they play their A game. So anyways, game number 2, we'll see how it shapes up here. We got the draft underway. Let's take a look at the bands. Odie and Sand King taken out from CYA. And then you have Drow and Shadow Demon taken out from Evo Corp. So, taking out the OD, obviously he had some impact last game in the hands of Own Me over here for Evo Corporation. And Sand King seems a little bit out of left field. I don't think he was even banned last game as well, but I guess they just don't want to have to face the offlane Sand King. Talera's their offlane player, it seems like, from that first game. And perhaps he has some strong history playing it. He played the Slaughter last game. I thought played it pretty well with that Lifestealer bomb especially, but anywho, they ban the Sand King. They pick up Kunkka with their first pick. Axe and Dazzle are the immediate responses from Evo Corporation. So definitely already kind of a different pace here coming out from Evo Corporation. I guess kind of. I mean, Dazzle was a pick for them last game too. But, going with the Axe right here instead. I don't think he was addressed at all last game. So seems like a different mindset for them. But Axe is definitely a fun hero to watch. Kind of one of those momentum-controlling heroes, of course, earlier on in the game. Wisp is going to be coming out for CYA. All right, Wisp is a hero that tends to be banned more than not in the earlier stages, but as we see here, he makes it through. You see immediately a ban on the Tiny right there. Not the most popular hero, it feels like, nowadays, but if you are going to see a Tiny, it is with that Wisp combination. So they're not going to give them that option. I wonder if something like a Husker ban is going to happen here as well from Evo Corporation. Husker could tend to be another hero that obviously could be, pretty powerful with the likes, amongst many more, of course, but one that kind of comes to mind there. Morphling taken out by CYA. There is the Husker ban. So, yeah, it kind of makes sense, with that combination. It's that cheese factor. And, in this case of Evo Corporation, I feel like that they feel that they are kind of the better team. And whenever that's the case, talk with the captains from past, in my days with Han especially, players like Melons, things that they always would bring up is just take away the cheese advantage. Take away the capability to give them kind of a combo of heroes or whatever that may allow them to kind of pull out a surprise victory or maybe catch you off guard. So, again, taking away the Husker and not going to give them that chance. Punch taken out by CYA as well. Kind of just one of those left field bans, it feels like. But again, I'm not familiar enough with the players specifically, at least in the Dota scene, to really know, if that is a flavor ban by one of the players or whatnot. Or Ownby, he comes from, playing a bit of Pudge equivalent in the Han scene, so perhaps there is something there, but they pick up Phantom Assassin instead. Phantom Assassin, just a great pick hero in general, and obviously has a capability to burst down something like a Wisp in the background, finding him in the fight. So, wonder if that's one of the reasons we see the PA pick here. I believe PA tends to be more the 1, if I'm not mistaken. I think he can play either the 1 or the 2. I know that there is even PA supports that we've seen, but I don't. I guess that could be a thing still, but yeah, with the Axe pick, probably not. Already having the Axe and the Dazzle. Probably will be more of the core Phantom Assassin instead. So we'll see if it ends up in that 1 or 2 here for them. As far as CYA, they got the Kunkka and the IL, so really the 4 and the 5 positions you'd figure at this point. Something like a Juggernaut here. Nah, I guess Juggernaut might not be the best, with the Axe.
5 seconds.
Odie's banned. Okay, they're going to go the Naga route. Fan favorite hero right here. Expect that to be more of the core Naga, of course. And Naga, again, one of those heroes that if you kind of let her And easier said than done to stop her, but if she's able to get that Radiance farm and kind of take off, then even though their team might be behind, the game can last a while, and they can grind it out to eventually try to, win the game in the end. So,
reserve time.
yeah, so it seems like CYA is going for more of this 4-1 strategy here. Going to pick very aggressive heroes around the Naga Cyan. At least that's what would make sense. Definitely liking the draft of CYA a little bit more so far. We'll say they probably could use that partner for Wisp, although Kunkka could provide that pretty effectively, perhaps. But maybe another hero as well could work here for them. Batrider is still an offlane hero that's optional here for EvoCorp. I know Timbersaw, I believe, is still on the board yet. Timbersaw definitely still there as well, so maybe not screaming the most effective pick this game. Well, actually, Timbersaw would be pretty good for CYA, now I'm thinking about it. Seems like the mobility there could be good to kind of flavor to go with the team makeup here, as well as, going up against the likes of an Axe, things like that. So, I don't know if that's the direction that they're thinking. But we got the 4th pick still for Evo Corporation coming out, and it will be an Omni Knight on their side. So, interesting Omni Knight pickup. Now, again, if Axe is this gonna be a laning Axe then? With an Omni Knight Dazzle supporting cast, or are they just going to give up the top lane, perhaps? Maybe they're just going to give up the off lane to the Naga here.
5 seconds remaining.
And insist on jungling the Axe with the Dazzle Omni Knight supporting cast, but there's the Batrider pick from CYA, so yeah, that does gives them some stronger initiation, some single target initiation presence, of course, with that lasso. How does that work though with the repel? I assume it does pierce spellman. Okay, so that makes sense. I was gonna say if picking that in the Omni Knight could have been dangerous, but if it does go through the repel, then yeah, that makes sense then. Able to have that capability. So the final ban is Juggernaut from Evo Corporation. Getting a little surprised by that. They do have an Axe. It seems like he could take care of the Juggernaut pretty effectively with the call. However, Omni Knight Juggernaut is a Diffusal Blade hero. That Omni Knight, being the hero that he is, doesn't want to go up against Diffusal Blade for obvious reasons. So, Faceless Void. No, they already have a Batrider, so that wouldn't be a pick. I guess they could go a mid. No, they wouldn't do middle Faceless. Wouldn't make sense out of there. They go Zeus. All right.
Team pick.
They're just looking for that burst of magic damage, really. Again, against an Omni Knight. It's I'm hesitant to say that's the strongest pickup here. Trying to think of other middle heroes that they could have gone. I mean, Sniper wouldn't make a lot of sense, seeing that they have the Naga already. But I mean, a Sniper actually maybe could have been okay. I don't know. I'm not going to act like I know the game enough to really say another hero that would have been powerful here, but it doesn't feel like Zeus was the strongest pick either, personally. But they do go Zeus. We'll see how he stands. Ember Spirit, the final pick against for Evo Corporation, that is. And so Ember Spirit has that idea that he is obviously pretty good against a Naga Siren, taking out the illusions with that sleight of fist there. I like the Ember Spirit pick. It's kind of the good against the Naga Siren pick, and just a solid middle choice in general. I don't necessarily know how he's going to be faring against a Zeus in that matchup there. I feel like Zeus is one of those somewhat difficult heroes to land against. Is spamming the lightning there especially, but overall Ember Spirit, I assume, should be fine. Of course, the range of Zeus is not the strongest when it comes to the last hitting capability. All right, though. So the feel of the draft, it does feel a little better, at least for CYA over here for game number 2. But I got to say, I definitely like ECX's lineup once again overall. Again, still very curious how they're going to lane it. Axe, it looks like he is going towards the lane, actually. So not going to be seeing the jungle Axe. Instead, it's going to be a laning Axe here, and that means both Omni Knight and Dazzle obviously playing these defensive supports here. And actually, Nox is going to be on the Ember Spirit. Okay, so they're running actually the Ember Spirit bottom with the PA here in the middle in the hands of On Me. All right, so yeah, we're going to see the one position of the Ember Spirit. Get that great farm himself.
30 seconds to battle.
See Bat Rider and Kunkka doing the early roam. Yeah, Ember Spirit definitely a pretty evasive hero as well, so against the likes of something like a Bat Rider could prove to be a effective pickup.
The battle begins.
Some fun interaction going on in
This
chat
should make
before
my life
the
easier.
game becomes official here. All right, so the control the bottom bounty actually going to sit here for the time being, but Zeus eventually will run on over and pick it on up. So, all right, how are these lanes looking? Actually, we got Naga's at bottom currently. Wait, so what is going on here? Naga and Kunkka's heading down here to assist the Naga. You got Wisp and Bat Rider headed towards the top. Why? So Axis up here. He does have Omni Knight nearby. Obviously, he's already being seen. They see Naga at the bottom lane now. This just feels like... I don't know. I mean... Is this the best decision? Compared to safe lane in the Naga, I guess they really are just scared of that Axe here at the top lane in the presence. The Axe with the Omni Knight. Now, I mean, that is a pretty, difficult combo to face at times, sure. Especially if they creep skip here. The constant spinning, being the melee, could be annoying. So, I mean, I guess that really is the idea behind it, and they just feel more comfortable down here. But, of course, as the game progresses, this lane could become more and more difficult down here. So eventually we'll have to swap. But yeah, for the early game, I guess it does make a little bit of sense here
You have been
to go down here at the bottom with the Naga early on. It does have the middle matchup, though, of Zeus versus PA. As we expected once it started looking like it did. And yeah, Bat Rider definitely much better against the Axe, so. Okay. Wisp, wow, getting really low here. Gonna get that bottle, though. Looks like he's jungling a little bit here in the earlier start. 2-minute rune going to be happening. Wisp going to try to control it. Book is running over, but I think Wisp, he's got it. It happens to be a bounty. Regen at the bottom. Would have loved that regen, I'm sure, but hey, he'll take the bounty. Regen is still there, so see if somebody's able to pick it up here soon. Zeus is actually headed down there with the bottle now given to him. Oh, that's his own bottle. Never mind. So, yeah, he'll take the regen. That's a great rune for him to have, especially early on in the game. So, much slower start than the previous game. Obviously, we had the first blood right away, and ECX just took control from there. But understandably, a little bit slower of a pace this time around. Middle lane, as I say that, Zeus and PA going at it. Oh, he has a dagger. He's not going to go in, though. Doesn't have the cooldown for it, but, oh, top lane. Wisp and Bat Rider trying to make a play here. They're actually doing quite a bit in the jungle. You see the Wisp, excuse me, nice job with the orbs. Oh, the call. He puts the Battle Hunger up. No mana left on Talaria. He doesn't have enough for a call here. And we'll have to get back. So, Axe having to deal with this Wisp Bat Rider combination. Again, not the easiest to fight against. So, yeah, the laning decision here from CYA proven to be effective, at least with this top lane. Naga, hey, it's going very well for him actually too. 17-0, now 18-0 here at the bottom lane. So, who am I to judge? Middle matchup, Zeus 17-1 compared to a 17-1 PA. Actually, so Phantom Assassin doing a good job of holding his own. Another Battle Hunger apply, but yeah, having Omni Knight up here with that Repel. Now, Repel's on cooldown. There's a heal bomb, though. Bat Rider takes a lot of damage. Not enough, though. Wisp currently not here. He's actually back at base. Going to throw that regen on. Will make his way back to the top, though, I'm sure. Oh, poor coming bottom, though. Ping's on to Nox here. As if they want to set up for a play, but I don't know if they're going to get that chance. Obviously, with Dazzle especially being nearby. He doesn't have a shallow grave, but has that heal. So approaching now just over 4 minutes. Still no kill for either team yet. Look like we could be having something at the bottom. Haystrom bottled up by Zeus. Maybe this could be something. He's going to activate it. Does have the level 3 lightning bolt. Oh, PA. Yeah, he's in trouble right here. Wisp coming in. There's the lightning bolt. The arc lightning. Another lightning bolt. Oh, not in time, though. He doesn't have enough mana currently. PA goes in for the Wisp. He doesn't have any port support coming in, and he will get first blooded as a result. The tower did some damage to Wisp, but it's not enough, actually. Wisp is here Zeus, excuse me. But Wisp is here to help keep Zeus alive. So, yeah, the haste on his Zeus. Finally the one that gets the first blood. And now the 1-0 start for CYA. So not much more PA could have done there. Obviously, you could argue he could have tried to run, but with the hasted Zeus, likely wasn't going to be the best option. So you can understand what he was thinking there. Trying to at least get a turn kill. Maybe get it first. Not the case, though. And yeah, he wasn't level 6 either, so he didn't have that coup de grace. Maybe could have been a difference maker throughout it, too. Seems like Nox, though, has also been having a good farm down here at the bottom. They're going at it. Wisp porting in. He gets pulled back by the X marks the spot. Book, though, joins the party. Comes in with the repel. And you also see the shallow grave on him, so using everything on Ember Spirit, making sure to keep him alive. And he'll be fine. Kunkka, you see, also getting really low throughout it. He's still hanging around, actually. He's thrown out a torrent. It will miss. The ultimate from Zeus. Not enough, though. He's chasing in, however. And, yeah, the repel ain't going to save him as it wears off just before Zeus got there. So this Zeus pick actually proven to be a pretty solid one earlier on. And now a 2-0 start in favor of CYA. Much, much different game than the first game. Goes back to this draft, obviously, making a little more sense. And again, got to say the landing phase has proven to be, pretty effective for them, for sure. And now you got this roam starting to work a little bit. Wisp also using those spirits of his to farm the jungle with the Kunkka. So stealing a bit of the jungle here on the Radiant side. Phantom Assassin has that headdress here earlier on. See a ping coming out on Omni Knight. They know he's down here now. How long is the repel? Yeah, the repel only lasting 4 seconds at level 1 right here, so the longest duration for him. You see a nice X marks the spot to bring back is that Zeus. Oh, that's Wisp there. Okay, that makes sense. So Wisp gets brought back. Omni Knight, meanwhile, they're pinging the stacked camp over here, and they'll do it. Ember Spirit goes over with that Flame Guard of his and helps take most, if not all, of that farm right there. So he's got his early Ring of Basilisk. So the progress continues for him. Naga coming at the last second, but again, getting there a little bit too late. So this is definitely turning into a defensive trial now on the side of Evil Corporation. Naga's still staying down here. This is what I was bringing up earlier. I wonder when we're going to see that transition coming out from CYA, sending Naga to the top lane. Perhaps having Bat Rider start to roam a little bit with the team. Guess maybe a Bat Rider Blink Dagger wouldn't be a bad option to have before that happens. Still has a little bit of ways, though. Speaking of that, Axe is 800 gold or so saved up on him, so he still also has a bit of a way before he's going to be getting his own. Phantom Assassin, meanwhile, Phase Boots finished. So own me here after the solid start himself. Zeus having the slight better time, though. The Arcane Boots. Currently has the Illusion Rune bottled up. Oh, top lane, what's going on up here? Port's coming in, actually. Axe could be in trouble. Axe does not have mana for much else. Wisp flying in. This is a dead Talera. Oh, he does pop the mana, or the magic clone right there to get the mana. You see the Shallow Grave is up, but the last wave is going to be his ultimate in place. And down goes Axe. So, yeah, keeping him nearby just to secure that kill. Omni Knight also porting in, but could not get there in time. And now the 3-0 start in favor of CYA. And it could be worse. Nox now. He's going to port away with his Remnant. Oh, but Zeus with the blast. That lightning bolt, so much damage at level 4, 350 magic damage. And despite the Fire Remnant to port on out, he was not enough distance. This really is looking like a completely different team. I think that this really is a classic example of do not let one game judge a series. Happens so often, it feels like, because, sometimes a team just gets outdrafted. Outdrafted, and again, the laning phase was just perfect, really, from ECX from the beginning. It was just very, very smart execution on their part and smart draft. So this game, though, CYA, a stronger draft, it feels like. The laning phase, it was a little curious of how it's going to work, but, man, they really are a different team this game, too, it feels like. And they are controlling pace of it earlier on. See the lead, over 2,000 net worth lead. Over 1,000 experience lead. Nothing too dramatic, but still an Aetherland's already finished on Zeus meanwhile. That's going to give him some serious range now. On his abilities here. Obviously he has his ultimate to use as well. If opportunity calls for it.
Haste. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, here comes the smoke, however. And they're making their way into the jungle. This is the first smoke of the game, I believe. Naga's so low. Oh, man, if they just caught her. But Naga reacting just before. Man, that timing. That could not have been any more perfect from Naga right there. That was just one of those, you know what, I'm really low. They're all missing. I just want to start falling back. If she reacts 2 seconds later, she's dead. See a pause coming out here. Apparently some lag on the side of CYA. Getting that sorted out. And going to be good to go. Yeah, I was wondering that myself. I honestly wasn't confident enough to say for sure, but the Arcane boots on Batrider, I do feel like the Tranquil boots are more the usual choice for him, if I'm not mistaken. But going the Arcane boots, but point being brought up that he can turn those into a Aether Lens, of course, is potentially there. So
tower is under attack.
See what he decides to do, but has that Blink Dagger. That's a really big core item on him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
ping's
attack.
coming out from ECX. They know Wisp is there. Axe, he really has yet to have total control of this game. Still working on that Blink Dagger. Obviously needs that to really feel effective.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, look at it in hindsight now. Figure this ECX team, they might have been better off having Axe in the jungle. His farm at the top lane really hasn't been the greatest. He had a difficult time up there, and understandably. Batrider and a Wisp up there for a fair amount of it. Not the easiest to go against, so he finally is going to come into the jungle now and really try to work on finishing that Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, top lane, lasso on a Dazzle. He gets the Shallow Grave off just in time. The burn is real. He's feeling the pain, but he will actually survive through it as Omni Knight also comes in. You see Axe joining the party. The blast, though, from Zeus secures the kill onto Dazzle right there, but now jumps in the PA. You got Wisp, he ports the Batrider away. Well played. They get the hell on out of there. Back to base. They are going to be coming back in, or at least Wisp is.
Middle tower is under
Bring
attack.
somebody else? No, just by himself. Beautiful positioning, though, and a great getaway on their part. So now 5-0 lead in favor of CYA. Obviously, Zeus, again, using that ultimate, the Thunder God's Wrath, to secure that kill. Onto the Dazzle there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
As over here, Batrider getting a little crafty. Ember Spirit trying to scare him out, and will do so, but the Blink Dagger a little too powerful to catch up to the Batrider. Gets pushed away. Axe, there's no way he's still going, right? Battle Hunger, okay, maybe. Has the call. There's the call. And there's the Calling Blade.
Dire's
All
top
right, able to
tower
close
is
that
under
gap and
attack.
finally gets a kill here. Or more so, a Colding Blade kill. He is 2-1-0 now. But that's got to feel good if you're Evil Corporation. Obviously, your first kill of the game in general. But getting your axe on track a little bit. And he's also a Blink Dagger. Yeah, he has enough for the Blink Dagger now. I'm sure he'll purchase that shortly. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Kunkka goes down, and now Zeus in trouble. He does not have any mana. The repel on Phantom Assassin is going to wear off right there. Blink strikes to the IO. But now he switches back to the Zeus. Coup de Grace proc in there. Heals being put up from Omni Knight, but it's just not going to be enough to chase. This Wisp is doing a lot of work this game. Definitely credit to cost 4 only. However, as I may be speaking too soon, yes, the PA goes back in. Oh, man. That caster's curse. Sorry about that, Wisp. Meanwhile, top lane, Naga also got picked off up here dealing with the Axe and the Ember Spirit. So, all of a sudden, what was a 5-0 start for CYA, it is now 5-5. However, PA's in trouble, and he is going to go down. So the Blink Dagger of the Bat Rider keeping up his pace there and helping to secure that kill. So Bat Rider definitely going to be the controller of this game. Really trying to open up the farm for Naga now. As she's recovering from that death, but she is just about ready to get that
Middle tower is under attack.
Radiance around the corner. Already another 3,300 gold saved up on her, so 3,500 even with that tower kill. So yeah, it was a 5-0 start, then went on a 5-0 run for Evil Corp, but that kill right there stopping that. But you look at the net worth, man, we're back to basically even. And the experience actually jumping up now in favor of Evil Corporation right here. Naga, he's going to be caught again. Here comes the Axe. Axe with that Blink Dagger now. This is where it really starts here. If you're our Evil Corporation, and Naga Siren will get picked off. So, man, this Blink Dagger took a bit longer than they would have liked for sure. But that's now 2 kills on Naga in the last minute and a half or so. And that is very, very key, of course. Double damage rune. Somebody's got to ball that up. All right. Looks like it'll be Ember. Ember Spirit has his bots, by the way, prioritizing that here, really as his first item. Bottom lane, Smoker to see coming in. Book. Omni Knight, he's got the repel up, but that lasso, it does not care. It goes right through it. No support coming in. And he'll just accept the death. Had his Guardian Angel, but obviously it just was not worth it, even if he somehow lived a little bit longer. They weren't coming in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There's the Vanguard finished on, or Vladimir's Offering, I should say.
Radiant's
Finished
middle
on
tower
Phantom
is under
Assassin.
attack.
Definitely not a Vanguard there. Maybe eventually if he goes the Abyssal Blade. But no, Vladimir's Offering finished. That's definitely a solid item to have with this makeup here. You see very melee-heavy makeup here on Escape Gaming side. Didn't really talk too much about that with their lineup, but obviously that's even more evident now. We've put out
Radiant's middle tower is under
by
attack.
Dazzle. He's dealing with a Bat Rider over here, but Bat Rider getting way too cocky, feels like. However, Whisper in the party. Maybe going to port him out. It's not going to happen this time. The leash. Oh, he died. He ended up dying. That's what ended up happening. Thought I just didn't connect in time or whatever. But Bat Rider does make his way out with the Blink Dagger. However, Zeus pushed beyond the tower. What are they doing? Yeah, they're diving way too much right there. With the tower still up especially. I thought the tower at least was dead, but no, they were going beyond the tower hoping to pick up some heroes. That was Bat Rider trying to control it. Oh, man. That courier, yeah, if that died, that had the Sacred Relic on it.
Dire's middle tower is under
That would have been pretty brutal, but
Dire's
at least
structures are
Naga
fortified.
gets her Sacred Relic. And it's good to go now. Or the Radiant's going to be around the corner, I should say. Axe dealing with all these illusions.
Dire's
That's
middle
something, too,
tower
Naga's
is
going to need to be
under
careful of,
attack.
not to keep those illusions stacked, of course. Oh, Ember Spirit, the save from Omni Knight. Feel like you see that so often when you have an Omni Knight in the game. However, the lasso coming out. He's going to pop the Guardian Angel. So screw it. We got to save this guy. Nox going back in as a result. Ghost Ship flying in, though, and Nox will go down. Beautiful burst on their part. However, it's going to work out in the end. Dazzle goes down in the midst of it. Axe with the taunt on to Kunkka. Oh, the calling play was too early. Kunkka will survive. He's good to go. 2 for 1 so far in favor of CYA. Bat Rider, he's on the run, trying to Firefly away. He'll be good for the time being. Kiting them on the distance. Zeus, meanwhile, takes an Omni Knight. And Axe now's the one in trouble. He has to stand his ground. He goes down, though. A triple kill for Zeus.
Radiant's
I owe the credit for the kill on the Axe, but it might as well have been 4 kills for Zeus. throughout that right there, doing so much damage. I want to say, no, he still has a level 1 ultimate, but still, just so much damage in between his abilities. And that was without having Naga involved, obviously, as she's busy finishing her Radiance, which is actually being delivered now. There we go. That is not what you want to have happen if you're Escape Gaming. Losing a fight, essentially 4 versus 5. And then on top of that, having the Naga finish her Radiance. So now the control starts for CYA. Now that clock starts ticking if you're Escape Gaming. I mean, they do have an Ember Spirit, who's obviously, again, can be considered pretty good against the likes of a Naga Siren. But we could be in for a long one here if this game continues to play out the way it is right now. Middle lane, Bat Rider, 4-staff forward. Phantom Assassin is caught. Omni Knight, though, there to support. And again, the Repelled is so strong. The Ghost Ship flying through the background, applies the buff, but it's not going to be enough. The Culling Blade double for Axe right there. And we're just having these mini swings, it feels like, of back and forth momentum right now. You see Nox even joining them now in the middle lane as well. See you climbing back up a little bit. Now the net worth still well in favor of CYA. Now having that Radiance on the Naga, of course, it's understandable. The experience, though, jumping back up in favor of Escape here. And they're making their way towards the middle lane. Just going to continue pushing it. Obviously, one of the more effective strategies against a Naga Siren is to just kind of push as a team. Earlier on in the game especially. Zeus is caught. And he's in trouble. The call happens, and he goes down. They just saw him up, and they have vision up here, right? Yeah. A good Observer Ward placed. Can you actually see who placed the Observer Ward? Does it say? Doesn't actually say anywhere on there that I can tell. But whoever did place that, one of the supporting casts, I'm sure, possibly Dazzle, that proved to be a very effective ward, because that's a huge kill onto Zeus. Really kind of slowing him down a bit. He is 7-2-3 still. Has a Veil of Discord now, actually, which is a powerful item for him, of course. But getting a kill on him has to feel good. So they take the 12-11 lead now here in this game. And once again, the net worth you see jumping up slightly even more for EVA Corporation. You got Phantom Assassin picking up that Mithril Hammer. Wonder if we're going to be seeing that BKB coming out. BKB does seem like it's going to potentially be a pretty big item this game, especially against that Zeus. Stopping a lot of damage from him in this earlier to mid-game. Ember Spirit has his Claymore here, so that Battle Fury are possibly going to be happening. There's the BKB finish on Phantom Assassin. Bot's picked up by Naga Siren, meanwhile. So she has the ability to pour it in if necessary.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Haven't seen too many smokes this game, I feel like. This has not been a very smoke-heavy game. Axe, oh, he's going to be lassoed. Gotta say, he kind of wanted this, though. Oh, never mind. Holy crap. I mean, the support was kind of nearby, but Zeus, man, just does so much damage. And before you know it, Axe is dead. He does have a buyback, but obviously not really looking to buy back at this point here. You do see Naga Siren, he ports in. As Nox is sitting his ground with the repel on him, so he'll quickly jet on back though. As the Fire Remnant, of course, in the background to go to. There's the Battle Fury finished. But this Bat Rider, he's been clutch, as you would expect a Bat Rider to be. Beautiful initiation presence for them. Again, that was a last pick Bat Rider too, and he's kind of been the one controlling the pace of the game here for this CYA team, and perhaps another kill coming out. Wing Wing, he's got the Shallow Grave on himself. Ghost Ship flying through. Axe, though, he taunts a couple with the call. Oh, but again, the Culling Blade, no, he canceled it, actually. Thought it went off right there. The Guardian Angel even coming out. Going to be pulled back in. No, the Repel will stop that, as he does not. He goes back in anyways. This is the greatest decision. They're trying to pick on Zeus. Yes. They will get the kill on Zeus, and that Naga in the midst of it. She throws out the song, but that BKB on Phantom Assassin says, I don't give a shit. I'm still going in. And finally wears off, though. Gets slept anyways. Naga still on the run. There's Bat Rider doing what he can, but a nice lasso right there. A nice Nox there immobilizing them. IO, he's barely alive. Phantom Assassin, maybe another Blink Strike. Yes, that should be a kill. There we go. Gets the kill. Slide of Fist, though. And Nox now is actually in trouble against these illusions over here. He need to kill those. He'll help, and he will actually survive in the long run. Whew. Scary news for Evo Corporation there, but they do secure some solid kills. And you see overall a 2-for-1 exchange, so Dazzle did die throughout that. Of course, he ends up buying, or not buying back, but just resurrecting. So taking quite a bit right there. The Blink Daggers, as you would expect, on either side have definitely been key items for these heroes. You know, Axe, of course, on the side of Radiant, and Bat Rider on the side of CYA. Naga now is a gem, actually. Help control the vision on the map right here. Speaking of that, what are they dealing with? Very aggressive vision coming out on the side of CYA right here. You got 3 pretty aggressive wards. On the other side for the Radiant, not as aggressive. They basically got the bottom rune, and that's just about it for the time being. Dazzle, as I say that, he is going to place one over here at the top rune, but pretty simple wards there, especially in comparison. I mentioned this earlier, too. Again, the lack of smoke has been real here. However, they used the smoke, but, I mean, there was pings coming out right as they did. I got to think this ward, yeah, probably spotted it itself. That's huge for CYA, seeing the smoke ain't coming. And for the time being, it looks like they should be fine. Naga, she has her song. Oh, Zeus pops the ultimate. Axe going in. You get the call. No, he can't in time. The song comes out from Naga. And she splits up, so God, they had a little bit of a chance right there, but unable to capitalize. Oh man, if he called just a second earlier. It is a 1-0 lead for Evo Corporation. I do a quick recap here, guys. This is a best of 3, 1-0 lead right now for Evo Corporation. In case you missed the first game, it was an absolute dominating performance by ECX. So this is definitely a much different pace here in game number 2. Much more even pace for sure. Again, a lot of it came down to the draft. Just really wasn't that strong from CYA. The landing phase kind of seemed out of place, and they just fell apart from the beginning. So, but game 2, much different story, much more even. Again, as we see here, the graph kind of told that story, just up and down, up and down. Got Bat Rider on the run. He's trying to deal with this Ember Spirit is flying in, but looks like Bat Rider gonna make his escape between the Firefly and the Blink Dagger. Never mind. Talera's like, I got a Blink Dagger of my own too. And knocks with the immobilize of the Searing Chains to guarantee that kill. Well played right there to get that catch eventually. And pick off the Bat Rider, but Naga continuing to do the annoying Naga thing of spreading out with the illusions. Farming in multiple places at once, and also having that vision, of course. Zeus, oh, the weave's put up actually. Phantom Assassin going in. Are we going to see some big crits? We are, but it's not enough. Not enough. Kunkka, he's on the run now. Dagger hits. PA, he will blink in. Gets a coup de grace right there. Torrent is going to miss. The X marks the spot. We'll pull him back here eventually. You see Dazzle puts the poison up, though, and Art Attack. Ain't no chance for him, really. So, got to be careful if you're CYA here. They're kind of just getting picked off one by one individually. It feels, again, having the Naga on the team, they really should just be doing a lot of grouping up, sticking together. And Roman for picks here, which they've been doing for most of this game, I feel like, other than these last couple of minutes here. Zeus using his ultimate defensively right there, just more so for vision. Gets a good idea of where everyone is at. Obviously, you have ECX kind of moving quite a bit themselves lately. Now, this is where ECX lineup is a little funky. Again, they're having both the Omni Knight and the Dazzle here. They're not necessarily the most gank-heavy team. This is a team that is looking more about the team fight. Obviously, Phantom Assassin, with that said, is good for the pickoff. And so is Axe, of course. But, yeah, again, the makeup isn't necessarily going to be picking off kills left and right. With the heroes that they have. So that's a little bit of the flaw in ECX's lineup here, I feel like. And instead they're trying to compete more for the later game here with the Ember Spirit. By the way, last one in the middle lane on it, Dazzle. Ghost Ship, everything being used. Ghost Ship even flies in after he dies. But Axe, oh, he taunts nothing, actually, with the call. And now Talera's in trouble. X marks the spot, pulls him back. There's the heals, though, from Omni Knight. Repels put up as well. Beautiful torrent. It's 3, though, in the back, but Ember Spirit tear it up. Gets whiffed right there. However, down goes Axe, meanwhile, by that BKB on Phantom Assassin. Despite the song, you see Spirit going in further. Takes the song, a huge crit on a Bat Rider, and he goes down.
Out of the veil.
So at the end of it, actually, Escape does come out on top once again. That torrent hitting 3 heroes was big. Not enough, though. And actually, Naga's being chased now. Nox is doing his best to keep on top of her, but can't do so. That will be the end of it. So a 2-for-2 exchange. And really similar heroes picked off on either side. You got Ember Spirit continuing to fly around, though. That Chrysalis now finished. So Nox's progress continued to look very good. That with the Blink Dagger, which I didn't really mention it either. Let's take a look at overall items here. Anything else really stand out? Oh, Phantom Assassin with that Demon Edge. What does Zeus have here? Similar items. Another 2,100 gold saved up, though. Oh, there's the Aether Lens finished on Bat Rider, actually, so we mentioned that earlier. Very likely coming out. Axe dealing with Heart Attack over here, but it's a bit of bait as we see. He gets 4-tapped out, not going to be enough, though. Ember Spirit coming through with the Sleight of Fist, however. Not enough damage either. Has to fall back, as does the BKB Phantom Assassin. Ember Spirit will make his way out of there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Fearing heat.
Oh, lasso in, actually, Book, but he was stalled there that whole time. He got a Moa. I believe those were Searing Chains. Beautiful reaction from Nox right there to stop the lasso attempt and kill Bat Rider as a result. Nox is still going. That song ending right there. Zeus, he's dealing the burst. Oh, beautiful torn out of both, but the heal's coming out from Omni Knight, keeping them alive for the time being. They take out Zeus, actually, and the chase may continue. Yes, it does. They pick off Kunkka. The Phantom Assassin helps to take out Wisp. No, he actually got away. He did recall before they were able to do enough, or relocated, I should say, before they could get him killed. So him and the Naga do make the escape. That all started, though, with the Searing Chains on the lasso, though. Beautiful play again by Nox there. 23 more 100 gold saved up on him. Oh, and there's the Monkey King bar picked up by Phantom Assassin. So that is a huge pickup for him to have. Damage just became really real. If it wasn't before. From the Phantom Assassin. Blink Dagger now purchased by Zeus as well. Helping more with that positioning. So that's the item he was going for there. There's another tower push, though, by Evil Corporation. They take out the top tower there. Phantom Assassin, he wants to make a play. Oh, they want to catch, who's this? That's Bat Rider over here. Dagger comes in, and oh my god, 1100 crit. Phantom Assassin, man, hitting hard. Oh, what was that about? Phantom Assassin actually, I don't know if that was on, that must have been a mistake. I don't know what he would be trying to use right. Maybe the phase boots actually, but misclicked. And he's in trouble because, yeah, they're going to jump him right here. X marks the spot, comes out. Zeus with his combo. He pops the BKB, says, all right, I got to get the hell out of here. And so he will. But, yeah, he's already down to 6 seconds now on that BKB. I've seen him use it quite a bit, so. Oh, this is very greedy by Axe. I mean, he saw them coming over.
No more.
Close, but no cigar. So Talera not sure what his thinking process was there. And clearly his Phantom Assassin teammate was just barely escaping from a couple. Got really greedy trying to keep the lane pushed up. So, again, not the worst death in the world, but definitely don't want to just be giving up free kills either. You see the net worth, it has actually jumped up quite a bit now in favor of Evil Corporation after the fights recently. Experience continues to be vastly in their favor. More than a 15,000 experience, almost 20,000. Oh, bottom down here, actually. Book is trying to live. That's the Omni Knight. Did he? No, that was just Repel coming out. Pipe also on top of that, so God, really protective here. However, Dazzle, Dazzle's in a little bit of trouble. Throws out the heal. Shadow Grave in 4 seconds. It's not going to be enough. He was also nearby trying to help the Omni Knight. He ends up going down as a result of it. So losing Dazzle here, and they're going to lose a tower most likely as a result of it too. See the Octarine core now finished also on Naga. And have to go with the Manta style. Meanwhile, Wisp gets picked off over here. I guess, yeah, he had ported, or he had relocated. Now Venomous has a port again. Gonna go for Zeus. Oh my God, the crits, the bleeds, bleeding all over. Pops the BKB just to help secure it. He's down to 5 seconds, but hey, he doesn't really care. He's got the kill. That's what really matters. So, Phantom Assassin continues to be bigger and better. And again, the Ember Spirit now with the Daedalus is also starting to hit really hard himself, and ideally on paper it's going to be really good against this Naga Siren as the game continues to move on. There's the Basher picked up by Phantom Assassin meanwhile. Armlet here on Konko. Actually has 2,200 gold saved up. Wonder if he's going to be going to Blink Dagger of his own. Seems like that's kind of just the key item in this game. A lot of the gotcha coming out. Mobility is always nice. There we go. There's the Blink Dagger on a Kunkka now. See some more illusions constantly coming in, keeping them guessing. Oh, Bat Rider. He's on the cliff up here. You know he's looking for something. Fireflight activated. Heavy pings on him, though. Oh, but he blinks at the same time as Axe. He lassos Axe eventually, but it was very late. Zeus with the ultimate. Out comes the Guardian Angel of the ship used as well. Nobody dying throughout it. There's the song from Naga. Dazzle and Axe are fine in the background. Knight is as well for now. Nox actually will get the hell out of there about half-life. He picks up some heals, though. Nobody dies throughout that. Very big initiation. Man, if either of those just blinked a little bit later, that would have been a much different story. But both Bat Rider and Axe blinking exactly at the same time is what kind of caused that to be a stalemate in the end. We see a Diffusal Blade purchased by Naga, meanwhile. Axe, he's trying to pick up somebody over here. Has his own PKB coming, actually. It looks like the rating, they're going to fall back. Haven't seen a Roshan yet this game, I don't believe. I want to say the Roshan attempt could be real. I mean, they would need some vision up, though, if you're Evil Corporation here, so definitely not going to happen before that. For now, they're fine just continuing to farm up in the jungle a bit. Bat Rider over here. I wonder if they saw him here earlier. Maybe going to try to scout him out. Axe, oh, if he blinks in there. Do it, Talera. Do it! Yeah, he had a TP on him. They probably figured he's ported out by now. Now Bat Rider, though, he is pushing up the creep wave, so the greed is real. Now he's going to go for the port out. He should be fine, yeah. Axe right there, trying to catch him, but not in the correct spot. Good getaway from Bat Rider, keeping them guessing. Naga. Well, say Naga hasn't really been able to get a lot of push yet. I mean, still got the middle and the top secondary towers up. Bottom one has been taken out, though. Base tower, it is still more than fine, though. So coming up to about 38 minutes into this game right now. Big items coming out. Guardian Greaves on Omni Knight is huge. Lincoln Sphere actually on Ember Spirit. Another very big item to have, especially against the Zeus. Prevents a lot of damage from him, ideally, with that ultimate. Bottom lane. Who's down here? That's Omni Knight. Yeah, so talking about that earlier, not that the Omni Knight was a bad pickup or these defense supports were bad, it's just again, the theme of the lineup, it makes it more of we're going to try to compete in team fights, which is fine. And got to say, Omni Knight's been huge this game. As I'm saying this, he gets pulled in right there. But again, having the rappel up on top of the heel, I mean, they're just not going to kill him. He also had the Guardian Greaves ready to go if necessary. So, yeah, he was fine. Meanwhile, look at this push at the top lane. Holy crap. Again, Lasso was just used. They know that. And Phantom Assassin, nearly a 1,200 crit. Just drops him. Oh, he's going to be netted, though. He's going to be forced to fight, and he will go down. The BKB not strong enough in that case. And now the chase is on. So a fairly greedy push coming out from Escape Gaming. Only pushing with 3, as we saw. They did not have either of their supports. Konka's insisting on chasing this. His armlet, though, he needs to be careful here. He's going to launch the ghost ship out. Axe will go for the port. Again, though, we see the net stop that. Just like his brother in. And Talera, just like his brother in, will very likely go down as he does. So, yeah, it's talking about greed a couple times this game. That time is on the side of Evil Corporation. Pushing without either of those supports in Dazzle and Omni Knight. Very risky move, especially when you rely on them so much for their, defensive capabilities there. They did apply a fair amount of damage to the tower, but again, goes back to the storyline of the more you feed them kills, the more chance you're definitely giving this Naga team here. A fighting chance for sure. We had that, again, casting the empty elephant, we had that classic game, and actually we had this match of Ember Spirit versus the Naga Siren in that tournament there. I think it was Secret versus OG, if I'm not mistaken. That was the no-tail. Was it the no-tail Naga? Or was it the puppy Naga? Whatever it was. I think that was a no-tail Naga game for OG. Anyways, it lasted like 80-plus minutes because the Naga Siren just would not let it finish. Ridiculous game. But yeah, they still have their base up, and the base is still good to go for the side of Escape Gaming. So, I mean, they haven't done a lot of grouping up and pushing, though. Maybe I'm just missing something here that's preventing them from truly doing that. Or maybe that isn't the smartest strategy to do. But, I mean, we really haven't seen that from Escape Gaming. We just saw this at the top lane where they were pushing with 3 without either of their support. So, see them group up as 5 and then push this top lane, I feel like could be a pretty effective strategy here if you're Escape Gaming. By the way, what did he pick up? Yeah, he just got a scythe. So he actually, oh no, he has the Octarine. I was going to say covered the Octarine, but no, he has the Octarine. He has a scythe here, so pretty much a full inventory now for the Naga Siren here. Heal Scepter purchased by Batrider, but again, we see kind of split pushing coming out from the side of Evil Corporation here. Ember Spirit getting out, but there's a lasso in the background. Catches Book, actually. Omni Knight, he's in trouble. Pops the heal. Repels put up, and there's the port. Oh, again, the net, though. These nets are just so on point. They're just stopping TPs left and right. So Book will live a little bit longer, but ain't going to be long enough. So, again, not the worst death to have, but another case of they're not pushing as a team. I mean, Dazzle wasn't there, and who else wasn't there? Yeah, PA wasn't there. So Evil Corporation, hopefully they learn that lesson sooner than later. Oh, middle lane, by the way, apologize there. Wisp gets picked off, though. As Zach secures that, and oh my god, Kunkka nearly one-shot. It looked like Batrider also goes down, and a double tap. No buybacks, actually, on the side of CYA. Omni Knight still dead for another 29 seconds. But all right, now here's something. And now they're going to group up at the top lane, it looks like. Omni Knight, or that's PA, going to be joining them. Again, Omni Knight resurrecting in 10 seconds, but not having buybacks. This should at least be a tower kill. Lincoln Sphere going to be popped right there, I believe, by Zeus. MKB now purchased by Ember Spirit as well. Omni Knight's making his way up here. Yeah, without Omni Knight, again, they feel like a little more vulnerable than they like to be. In fact, Phantom Assassin, oh, he gets netted. He's in trouble. He pops the BKB eventually, and he will pour it out. Now, they got the tower, but just Naga and Zeus are able to hold off the 4-man push right there. Gosh. Evil Corp just cannot break through. The Zeus just spamming damage from the background. This is real. Now we have a big fight actually breaking out right here. Wang Wang going to survive for the time being. No, he will go down. The ghost ship flying through. Axe as well. He's trying to kite around. Back over here, though. Nox is going on through the Naga Siren. Nox kiting away. The sleep though ain't going to work on him with that MK, or the repel on him, I should say. And there is the sleight of fist to take out the Naga Siren, who obviously does have a buyback, but won't use it just yet. Batrider gets picked off as well. So the decision to try to fight there and chase as long as they did does not work out for CYA, and now the Racks are in trouble. Zeus does not have a buyback, though. They definitely at least want to force a buyback on Naga here if they can.
Not so safe harbor, eh?
There we go. There's the buyback, so now do you fall back? It looks like it. Maybe. Zeus hasn't bought back yet. Again, we see that he does not have one. In come the illusions. Ember Spirit kind of forcing her away. The sleight of fist. There go the Syrian Chains, and actually Naga's in trouble. Oh, if she dies again, that could be the game even. Oh, man, she might die right here. No, the Wisp barely saves. The ship comes through as well, just to keep the Naga alive simply. But the Coaling Blade used on Kunkka to take him out. So now this should be some racks right here. Zeus is up in 5 seconds. So they're going to get the melee racks most likely. They're splitting damage, though. Gotta focus the same one, I feel like. There's the fortification used. Nox wants to finish the racks. Oh, man, but the sleep comes out. Oh, now it's decision time. Do you really commit to these racks or not? We're going to wait and find out here. Book is almost out of mana as well. Guardian Creeps are coming back up. He's going to be lassoed. Nox is not going to get the hell on out of here. The racks does go down, though, but at what cost? Axe, he gets the port out. Book, he's going to go for the port out now. It's not going to happen, though. So at least they get one kill out of it. But definitely mission accomplished for Evil Corporation. They kill the racks, and they only lose Omni Knight when it's all said and done at the very end there, at least. Whew. They got to buy back out of Naga. That definitely sets her back a bit.
This should make my life easier.
Not that she's looking to really buy many more items at this point. But that's what Evil Corporation needed to have happen here for sure.
The axe blades dazzle.
So they got to feel a little more comfortable now about this game. But, again, whenever you're going up against a Naga who happens to be farming very well, as this one is most certainly, it's never over, that's for sure. It could be mega creeps, and you're still not guaranteed a victory, it feels like. See Phantom Assassin even having trouble killing a freaking illusion there. The Reaver picked up, meanwhile, by Phantom Assassin. There's a lasso onto Axe. He gets pulled in, the ghost ship flying through, and they do kill Axe pretty quickly. Oh, Sleep catches Nox as well. They're going to position themselves. Phantom Assassin also caught it. There's a buyback, though, on Axe. They're going to try to fight this, it looks like. Phantom Assassin, he's going to be forced to go back in, but that might not be the worst thing ever. The top row Talaire in the background. Oh, no, the Berserker's Call, he still has it, actually. He's chasing 2 in the background. They do kill Zeus, meanwhile, as Batrider flies away, as he throws out some sticky napalm, meanwhile. But over here we have Wisp actually getting picked off, and the Naga running away while he still can. But look at Batrider going all the way into the base. He does not have a port. He's going to be daggered. He knows he's dead. It's just a matter of time. Oh my God, blink tag. Does he actually get away? Oh, the dagger hits. That was a hell of an attempt from Batrider. Well, not to be. Now again, though, none of them have buybacks. They need to push this. Everyone being up here on the side of Evil Corporation.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
There's a Desolator picked up by Dazzle. Wait, what? What did I just say? Desolator picked up by Dazzle? I had to really do a double take on that one. I mean, Dazzle's really is an interesting hero, though, when it comes to being that support role. Because, again, being how he is, being all that physical presence, with the heal leaf and with the, obviously, the synergy of the ultimate, actually having a Desolator does allow him to provide some decent auto attack damage. So, not often I would expect to see a Desolator on Dazzle, but I guess they figure they need more of that right click, more ways to kill the illusions, perhaps. Can help get those down quicker. Minus armor, always a positive to have. That's at a bot level 2. Yeah, bot 2 actually picked up by Ember Spirit, as we see there. Ports into his teammate. Now they're pushing the bottom. So they don't necessarily go into the base, but they did get a Roshan kill, of course. Who was it picked up by? Phantom Assassin? No, Axe? Yeah, Axe picks it up. Okay. So Axe has the Aegis now. Oh, blink in. Ember Spirit's going full committed, baby. Wisp. He's going to be pushed back. And now Phantom Assassin's kind of up here in the background. Just an illusion. Having some fun with him. Phantom Assassin actually gets pulled in further. He gets pulled back, though, every which way. A lot of just pull back and forth. And he will survive throughout it. Pops that BKB. The support coming out from the team as well. Nobody dying just yet. Ember Spirit, he flies in. Searing Chains, Zeus at half. Not the biggest follow-up, though. Maybe a Phantom Assassin Dagger would have been nice there, but not necessarily ready. God, look at those crits from the Daedalus. 6,200 gold also saved up on Ember Spirit here. Is there a buyback in Naga? There's not. He still has the buyback in a minute 45. Axe goes in. Taunt on a Zeus. Zeus being pushed away. Wisp comes in for the support. There's the Naga Sleep. Gonna reset here. Phantom Assassin. He's ready to go back in. Ghost Ship flying in. Here we go. Catches a couple. A big one at that. The Guardian Angel's out, though. Axe with the spins constantly. You'll set on himself on a Batrider. Nobody dead just yet. The Searing Chains and the Sleight of Fist going through, though, from Nox. He's still one alive. He takes out Batrider. Naga Siren in the background just trying to live. They're getting pushed back, though. Zeus, he'll be alive for the time being. Buyback immediately on a Kunkka. The tower, though, it is getting vulnerable. Still nobody dead on the side of Evil Corporation. There's the call on a Chevalier, and down goes Zeus. They finally catch him. No buyback on a Zeus as well at this time. Does not have the gold for it, so now they just need to commit to the base. And they're going to do just that. The tower is going to fall right here, and the rack's going to go down, so the fight is eventually successful for Evil Corporation. And now they make their way to the middle. Again, Zeus and Barrett are not having buybacks. Is this actually going to be GG? We'll see. Wisp, he's trying to survive here. Guardian Greaves, not enough. He goes down. Again, they have this middle here, but they're still just going to kind of have fun as far as fighting goes. I was going to say, don't get too distracted, though, for Evil Corporation. Again, this is a Naga game. It's never over until it's actually over kind of deal. So they are going to go for the third sets of racks, try to spawn those Mega Creeps, try to truly finish this game now. And with just Naga and Kunkka up, and, oh, okay, make that just Naga up. And actually make that now just Batrider up. Oh, never mind. Make that nobody up. I think it's officially over. GG, well played. Game 2. We'll go to Evil Corporation, but a much, much better game from CYA there in game number 2, that is for sure. So, well played on both sides, definitely. But Evil Corporation, they are victorious, and they take the series 2-0 over CYA. So congratulations to them. And that's going to do it for this series, actually. So Evil Corporation starting strong here earlier on in this ESL Dota 2 Major League European Division, Season 1, Division 1 over here. So congratulations to them. CYA, got some work to do, but again, definitely a better effort there in the second game. But it was fun to watch Evil Corporation here especially. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this cast here. Once again, I'm BreakyCBK. You can check me out on Twitter and Facebook at BreakyCBK, as well as my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel, all at BreakyCBK. And look forward to more casts to be coming here. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Until next time.